Hello, everybody. First, we would like to apologize for the inconvenience of time, as we like to try to maintain our schedule of 10 o'clock. But due to technical difficulties, once again, we have started late, approximately 12 minutes late.
Yep. Yeah. Sorry we're late, guys. But we're here, and thank you guys for
I'm
tuning
gonna say
in.
that,
What?
we're here and we're.
Okay. Whatever. Demonetization. That's all I hear.
What? Bruh.
Yes, that's demonetization. Very strict over there. Okay.
Bruh.
So before we get
I'm
started,
in favor. I have no
before we get
oppositions.
started tonight, um,
See how you're trying to overtalk
this
me?
is we do want to make a quick announcement that we had to make. This is going to be our last direct broadcast Facebook.
Due to the
Um,
difficulties.
Yeah, due to a variety of reasons, mainly the technical difficulties, and because we just think it's more fun over there on YouTube. Honestly,
Is it?
it is slightly more fun over there.
Well,
We're
I
gonna
guess we'll
try over there.
see.
So everyone, after this video or even during this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's where we'll be posting our reviews.
You
Still
put a,
be live.
you
Still
put
be
a link.
there. The link is on the page. But I'll post the link again. I was supposed to use videos. Yeah, the link will always, as usual, the link will always be on the page. I'll always post the links to the YouTube videos here on the Facebook page, but to see them live and in action and to comment, which you can still do, you can still interact with us,
Still be live
still be live,
at 10
still
o'clock on the dot.
at 10 on the dot. We'll still be doing our thing over there, and of course, we already announced before, we'll have our more of our exclusive content over there on YouTube, and we do have a few more announcements to make that we'll make later on. But right now, we want to get right into this review for the
Head
critically
first.
acclaimed, head first, knife first into this review for the critically acclaimed mystery film from 2019, directed by Ryan Johnson, which is called Knives Out. Um, there's a lot to be said about Knives Out.
Yeah.
It's one of the I haven't watched a mystery film in a long time, so for me to jump back in with Knives Out, I was excited and I was not let down. This is a film that premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival on September 26th before getting its wide release in the U.S. that November 27th of the same year, 2019. On a $40 million budget, it grossed $309.2 million.
You
So
know,
it had
this
a
was my first time actually hearing about the movie when it hit Prime.
really
Because that's what, if anybody has Prime, it is on there for free.
yeah, Amazon Prime members is definitely available on there for free to you guys if you guys want to check it out.
And that
Um,
was my first time hearing about it. And I was like, there was a movie
mhm.
on there. And it looked interesting from, what is it called again?
From the trailer.
From the trailer. So I was like, yeah, we can try that one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was a really good trailer. I knew about it just from articles I read, and I saw. I don't even think I saw a trailer for this movie before it came out. I just knew about the cast, which we'll get into in a little bit. This movie has a lot of Academy Award buzz, um, a lot of Golden Globe nominations, including Best Motion Picture of a musical or comedy, Best Actor Daniel Craig, and Best Actress, which was Ana de Armas, who is her performance is something I'm definitely gonna get into as well. There's a
Hmm.
lot to get into about this movie. I'm realizing. And it was also an Academy Award nominee for Best Original Screenplay. Uh, and the screenplay was written by Ryan Johnson, who also directed this movie. Movie nerds out there are going to know Ryan Johnson from the Star Wars Episode 8, which people don't like, but I'm sure they like it a lot more now. So that's all I'll say about that. Um, the cast includes Daniel Craig, who most people, you may recognize him as James Bond in the James Bond movies. Chris Evans, who is most famous for playing Captain America in the MCU, who gives a tremendous performance here. It's been a long time since I've seen Chris Evans not be Captain America. Um, Ana de Armas, who I'm not familiar with her work, but in this film. She was very good, a Hispanic actress. I thought her performance was really good. Um, Jamie Lee Curtis, the legend, Jamie Lee
Yeah, when
Curtis,
I saw her, I
the
was like,
legend, the
Jamie,
legend,
Jamie.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, she still look good. I kind of want her haircut on the low,
Jamie Lee Curtis is always
but
going to be
I think
one
I
of those people
might
that look
pass on
amazing.
it.
Tony Collette, Don Johnson, Michael Shannon, Lakeith Stanfield, who is constantly turning out great performances
Yeah.
in great movies. Shout out Lakeith
And you know
Stanfield.
what? Actually, like I think that kind of what attracted me to the movie. So I was like, oh, he's in this.
That's one of the things that attracted me
I was
to
like,
it.
oh, let me
Honestly, I said
see.
Lakeith Stanfield is in a movie with Jamie Lee Curtis and Daniel Craig. Like he is climbing the ladder. He's been climbing the ladder for a long time, and
Yeah.
I'm very proud of him. His performances are consistently
And I would
good.
want to say in this particular film that his performances were more of facial expression,
Yeah, every
and that was
time
pretty good.
Breach Tangent. Every time I see Lakeith Stanfield in the film, it is never the same thing.
Yeah,
He
he's
has such
versatile. Yeah.
tremendous range as an actor, and I am like you can see him in Atlanta, he's one character. You can see him in another movie, he's another character. You can see him in another movie, he's another character.
Mhm.
I
And he
mean,
does well in every role.
he does excellent in every role. He carries down lead roles, supporting roles,
Mhm.
everything. Like mark my words, he's getting it. He's very very close to getting an Oscar nomination and win
If not,
for Best Actor.
we're giving him one.
I'll give him one, the Brick Wall Oscar award. Lakeith, if you ever see this, man, we gave you the award already.
First.
So just come pick it up. Come pick it up by just
Yeah,
being a
you
guest
can
on the
pick up a
show.
plate too.
You
What you want?
She'll cook it for you. You can be a guest on the show. I mean, you can take over the show for a couple episodes.
You keep the show.
You can buy the show from
Right.
us. If you want to buy the show, I mean, I just want to meet Donald Glover. That's all. I mean, that's it. Um, you know, uh, continuing on this tangent for like another 30 seconds. Him and Byron Tyree Henry. Brian Tyree Henry.
Yeah.
Paperboy. Him
Yeah.
and Brian Tyree Henry, they do pull strong performances. Like when
Mhm.
you haven't seen Child's Play, but Brian Tyree Henry is the best part of
You
Child's
just
Play.
trying to drag me into that, huh?
I am.
You
Because you
really
should see
are.
it. It's not bad. That's a tangent
Ooh.
of a tangent. Um, Getting back to the rest of the cast, Captain Langford, who many people may know as Hannah Baker from 13 Reasons Why, the controversial Netflix show.
That happened to
13
get a
Reasons
second
Why.
season,
And
which
the third, and the
refused to
fourth,
watch.
and I think the fourth is the last. And rounding out the cast is Jaden Martell, whose face looks familiar, but I cannot remember what I've seen him in. And that's that. The film's rated PG-13 with a runtime of 2 hours and 10 minutes.
And there's no sexual
No
anything in there. It's
sexual
just
stuff. No really
it's just
explicit,
little
crazy
cursing.
language.
Yeah.
No F words around there. You know, nothing too provocative. It's more of a comedy, which of course that's one of the things. The category that its Golden
Yeah.
Globes
That.
were in, musical or comedy. It's more of a comedy
Mhm.
when you really look at it.
It was funny, and then the title in itself, Knives Out. It's pretty
There
much.
are a lot of subtle references with the
Yeah.
knives too in there,
Yeah.
and it's actually very really clever, really really clever. Um,
So okay, so pretty much, did you read? Did you read
no,
the
I didn't
plot?
do the synopsis yet. I was actually
You can
rounding.
say
I was rounding backwards to that.
okay.
Would you go ahead?
No, you can go ahead. Anyway, so the story is pretty much. I'm just gonna summarize.
Go ahead. Summarize.
So we got an old person who died,
Mm-hmm.
a supposed
Great,
suicide,
great
and
summarization. So.
we trying to find out who killed him or if he committed suicide. Boom, quick. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Which family member killed him and why? Or
Yes.
was it a family member that killed him and why?
And
Or was it a
meanwhile,
family member and somebody else that killed him and
mm,
why? Or was it the dogs?
or was it the dog?
Was it the
What if
dogs?
it wasn't?
Bro, I would love to see that. Okay, so
The
it couldn't have been the dogs. he died of an apparent suicide as his throat
Mm-hmm.
was slit. So the detectives, well, police ruled it a suicide from the beginning.
Until
Due
the
to the no, due to the splatter of the blood, it was ruled a suicide.
mm,
But a private eye,
private eye, known as Benoit Blanc,
what
played
would
by Daniel Craig, who's British, who is British but pulls in the most country Kentucky fried
KFC.
accent that
he,
I think a British person can pull.
well, he did it.
Yeah, those are like the
I didn't
top
even know
three
he was
accents.
British.
The top three accents British people pull are New Yorkin.
What are you trying to say?
They do New York a lot.
What are
I
you
don't know
trying
how
to?
to do New York accent. They
Please
do New
don't
York.
don't do that
They do New
again.
York, Southern, and Boston. And Boston, and New York, kind of they all kind of sound alike. Certain words, certain words. But Boston is more Mark Wahlberg, and
Anyway,
New York is more Remy Ma. This
she's not the only New Yorker. But
is the
anyway,
first one I could think about.
we
Go
said
ahead.
Jay Z or something, you know, Biggie, you
Jay
know.
Z has an accent of his own.
Okay, so anyway, back to the movie. So the movie starts out with a party.
Mm-hmm.
No, it
Difficult.
doesn't.
Well, I mean, essentially, well, I mean, if you want to go by timeline, because this movie isn't, it's not like a linear story. It's more of a, it kind of jumps around, not
Yeah,
jumps around, but kind of goes around from perspective to perspective, from
because
moment to
yeah, it's
moment.
a mystery telling
Yeah,
each
because it's a
person's
mystery.
story
Yeah.
and how
So you
they
get to
came
see the
up.
story
Yeah,
from different points of view.
and see how it unfolds or potentially unfolds. So you have people that work in the house, of course. You know, you have the maid. He's an older man, so he has his personal RN, and he also has family living in the house with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're trying to figure out how did this apparent suicide or murder happen, as the detective was hired because he received an anonymous
Uh-huh.
tip that it,
That something was a murder.
yeah,
Something was
that
awry
it
with
wasn't
the
right.
with the investigation, or with the
So
investigation.
the funny part to me was, the two police officers interviewing the family members,
Mm-hmm.
and then the detective is sitting in the back, and every family member was like, "Yo, who's that in the back?"
Yeah, yeah,
That was funny.
and
Like,
it's
who
funny
is
because like the
he?
way he's introduced, like he hits like one piano key, and then that kind of changes how they do the investigation.
Hmm.
So I think that part was pretty cool.
That
I
that
think it
was
was
funny.
cool. Like the interrogation parts were like some of the one of the
I
many
mean, but the
things
whole
that were
movie
good
was
about this
pretty
movie.
much an interrogation.
Yeah,
And then you know what? Now that you think about it, the RN, she was pretty much he pretty much held her in his presence the whole time.
yeah.
Even though he said that he needed her because of her ability to not lie.
Yeah, the RN, or the nurse, played by Ana de Armas. Her character's name is Marta. Marta has a condition where she can't lie. She can't lie because if she does lie, just the very thought of lying makes her. How do you? I don't know
Throw
how you say
up.
it. Yeah, it makes her throw
Or we
up.
just gonna say
He
throw
he
up.
said it
Puke,
the way the
vomit,
detective Blunt said it was like it was very elegant.
of course.
He went through it in a very elegant Southern way. He was a smart
It's called
detective.
Southern hospitality.
Well, he went through it that way.
So anyway, he so he pretty much keeps her by his side the whole time because she's able to, because she was the closest to
Closest to the
what's the man name Harlow.
Mr. Thornberry. Mr.
Harlan,
Thornberry.
Harlan.
Harlan
He
Thornberry.
was a I couldn't remember his name
I
to
keep
save my
wanting to
life.
say Thornberry. Every time I look at the name, I keep wanting to say Thornberry. I thought it was
She was
Thornberry when I
she was the
read it.
closest to him. He expressed all of his deepest concerns,
Hmm.
except for the fact that he gave her everything. He left her as the sole beneficiary of his properties, pretty much of his accomplishments. And
Wait, was
so
that a spoiler?
I don't know.
There's a lot of twists and turns in this movie.
So it's a
Uh,
spoiler. I'm just trying to let the people know what's going on. I don't know.
I mean, well, I don't know if that's really much of a spoiler, but it is
But
one
you
of the
know what's funny
twists.
though? When they was like, I'm not telling no family secrets. Damn, what he said.
Oh, he was he
That
was
was
like, no,
funny.
I'm not divulging anything about family secrets. What? No, he doesn't do shit.
It's funny. It
Yeah,
really is.
it's a really funny movie. Definitely a good cast in there. Um, there's a lot um in this movie. There's a lot of good twists. There's a lot of good
But I think the main twist for me was pretty much finding out.
who really did it.
Now I'm not gonna say who really did it, but to find out that I'm gonna say that the RN did it. To find that out, and then for her to to go through the story, and then she was pretty much eavesdropping to see what they knew, even though she knew she couldn't lie.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, just to go through that whole portion of it, and it was just crazy because anybody who's in the medical field knows a med error and the risk behind a med error, and she pretty much committed a med error, a severe med error, a detrimental.
Or did she?
Yeah, or did she?
Or did she?
So
Or did she? Okay.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, this is a film. I can see why critics love it. I can see why those people in fancy tuxedos who vote for films. I can see why they loved it. It's got more than just Academy Award nominations. It's got all types of nominations. It won a couple of them that I mean, smaller awards, a couple smaller awards it won, but it still got a lot of recognition. So much so that there's already talks of, well, not talks, a sequel for this movie is
Mhm.
actually in development, um, featuring Daniel Craig's character, Detective Blanc,
Yeah.
said to be going around another mystery. Um, I know we'll hit on that question later, so I'll reserve my thoughts for that.
But my whole thing was with Harlan, if he like I said, did he know he was going to die?
That is, this movie does give
Like
you. It
if
doesn't
you
give you a lot of wild questions, but it gives you a lot of
like
interesting
just based off of
questions.
his behavior, just the fact that he wanted the family to already know, like, bro, I'm cutting you off, I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, because he
Like
kind of
he
went on
wanted
a
them to know that
he went on
he
an
was cutting
anti
them
Oprah
off.
spree, like
He
you're getting nothing, you're getting
he
nothing,
pretty
you're
much
getting nothing.
he pretty much told them he was cutting them off,
Yeah.
like right before he died.
Mm-hmm. Which is crazy. Again, knowing that his death was ruled as a suicide, um, it does add to that question. Like, did he plan
But
this?
I think he kind of did know based off of him knowing his family member,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna say member, not hers.
Yeah.
Based off of him knowing his family,
History.
because he made a comment about it when he was talking to his nurse, and he
Mm-hmm.
was like, some people can't tell a real knife from a fake knife.
Yeah. Oh, that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah.
No,
All
because I
right.
really didn't realize that line of
Yeah.
dialogue and like,
Yeah.
this is a movie like when you watch it the
I
first
might watch
time
it
and
again
the clues come
before I go to
through.
sleep.
When you watch the first time, the clues come through and they explain certain things, especially one particular section of the film when they explain it. You're like, oh, how did I miss that? Oh, I thought that's what happened. And then when you watch it the second time, you're like, yo, everything was kind of like right there,
Yeah.
but now it's not one of those things like where it's like
But
blatantly right there. Because some mystery movies, you go back and you watch them the second time, it's like, yo, they literally told you within the first 3 minutes this was the conclusion to this film. This isn't one of those. It doesn't really tell you. It kind of goes, hey, look at this, like the thing with the dogs. Remember the thing with the dogs I told you?
yeah, yeah, but I
That was
mean,
like a. It's not like a blatant giveaway, but it's like a, oh, okay.
but
They were kind
even
of
with
hinting
grandma
at that.
though, it was like, why would she say that?
Yeah, yeah. If you're
The
not paying
first
attention,
time.
yeah, on one particular part, if you're not really paying close attention,
Like,
like I
why would
wasn't,
she say that?
yeah, cause I was like, oh, why'd she say that? Then when you find it out, and you're like, oh, so it's like one of those, you know, it's a good mystery movie. Definitely, I haven't seen a mystery movie in a long time, so this was,
I don't think I really watched a mystery movie. Not like to this extent where it was kind of like what's the Clue? Was that it?
yeah, like Clue,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't seen a. I can't even tell you the last mystery movie I've seen. Or the last movie that presented a mystery that as an audience member, you go back and watch and like,
Hmm.
oh, it was telling me the whole time. I can't recall the last one I've watched. This does whet my appetite to watch other mystery movies.
I don't know.
Well, one other mystery movie. That's Murder on the Orient Express because that's a mystery movie I wanted to see but didn't see. It's the one I'm talking about is a remake of a film that was based. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was really good. I definitely recommend it. Um, what were your thoughts going into this
I mean, I really didn't
film?
have any because I didn't even know it was gonna be like that type of movie.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw the thing. I think I saw the preview like one time, and I said, "Oh, old boy's in it. I'll check it out."
Yeah. Um.
And that was pretty much it. And then when Jamie Lee Curtis opened, I was like, "Oh, look at Jamie Lee Curtis! Oh, look at her! Yeah, I like that haircut. She wearing that. What kind of underwear she got on?" I did
um.
all. I was like, "Oh, I know people."
My thoughts going into this, I did not think the only thing that changed the news, I didn't think it would be set in modern day. It is set in modern day. I thought it would be set like like a
You know,
time
I'm going
period.
through the examining the house. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that little extra floor up there.
Yeah.
What?
Oh man,
Kick
that
the
house was
door?
decked out.
Yeah, yeah.
Man.
Especially the way she had to
Yeah.
climb back through.
Oh yeah. You
Mm-hmm.
can't even describe it because even that's a
Nope.
little bit of a
And even
spoiler.
and then
It's a
the whole
nice
thing
house.
about it, I mean, I don't think this is a giveaway, but the whole thing about it is he pretty much coached her on what to do,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's why I
Yeah.
feel that And then when the movie first started, it's like 1 week after his demise.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I mean, it's like okay, you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
I would have thought just seeing the words demise, I'd have thought it
Yeah,
was like a
yeah.
period piece myself. But it's so like I was surprised when I saw like cell phones and everything. I was like, oh crap, like this is set in modern day. This is which makes it a bit more interesting than I think it would have been if it were set uh
I mean,
like in the
it was set
fifties
in
or
modern day, but I like
sixties.
the way it was filmed and the way, like, it still gave you that old kind of feeling to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
And
so that the house itself,
you done struck my cinematographer
I
nerve
know.
in my body. There was one particular shot I loved in there, which when she was leaving out of the house after everybody found out about this state, and the camera starts looking like they picked it up off just the way they followed her with the camera. I loved it. That's my cinematography.
Uh,
That's Dave's cinematography corner right there. I'm not gonna spend too much time in that.
but
That's how it
if you
was.
watch the movie, just pay attention to Harlan and how he goes about addressing things.
Yeah, pay attention. Yeah.
Because the way he addresses things, it kind of like I said, put you in a mindset of him knowing
Mm-hmm.
what was going to happen and pretty much who was going to do it.
Yeah.
He knew who was going to do it.
They kind of just
He
messed up.
does.
I do want to talk. I do want to talk about some of the performances in here. Um,
I did like
like I
Cap's
said,
performance. Yes, I'm gonna call him Cap. I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
Chris Evans,
I'm gonna call
Captain
him Cap because I was
America,
calling him Cap the whole
in the movie,
time.
his character's name is Ransom Drisdale.
He's a
He's the
grandson,
grandson. Um,
and
I
he's a
thought,
grandson who's more like him, and they're the ones who have pretty much had like a closer
hmm
relationship.
yeah, um, I liked his performance. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
he did well. That was funny.
He
He was
he's
funny.
he's a great actor.
He
He's
was
a
funny.
great actor. I liked it. I loved his performance. I can't say enough about that. I like Daniel Craig's performance. Like I said, James Bond speaking in a country accent.
Oh, that
I
was
think
Bond.
that's the dude that plays James
Oh,
Bond, like the
okay.
Casino Royale and all
But
that stuff.
that little KFC comment, that thing was so funny.
Yeah, Kentucky, what is that? Kentucky Fried Investigation Zone.
Yes, something like that. That was
Yeah.
funny.
His
We might need to
performance
put
was.
a investigation out for KFC though, because their food is not what it used to be. I got to know what changed.
What was it that he was saying about the donuts? He was like, "There's a hole in the donut, and
Yeah,
then, but
I'm
it's not
like,
a hole in the donut.
and
The
there's a
donut
hole
has
in
been
another
filled,
hole.
but it's a hole inside of the donut hole. There is this mystery." And his performance was more funny than I thought it was gonna be. Like at first I thought it was gonna be like serious, but as the movie goes on, his performance gets more and more comedic, which kind of is contrast to what Lakeith Stanfield gave. Because at first
Hmm.
Lakeith Stanfield was it was a little funny, but then kind of got like more serious. I mean, not like serious, but it kind of like you know,
I don't know.
his character's role kind of not like
No,
switched up, but it kind of.
his whole thing was the whole. He's gonna go off of physical evidence,
Mm-hmm.
and the physical evidence shows that it was a suicide. So at the end of the day, a suicide would have took him out before any OD.
Yeah,
That's the thing
yeah.
about it.
I do agree that his facial expressions were definitely some of the best, especially when they were fighting. The two brothers were fighting.
Oh yeah,
You want to
that was
go?
funny.
You want to
You want
go?
to do this? Huh? You want to go? Huh?
Hey, look, if anybody ever starts a fight with me, talk about something, you want to go? You want to do this? I'm
You
just
want to
going to
do
walk
this,
away.
bro? You want to
I'm
do
walking
this,
away.
bro?
I'm
I'm
walking away.
not. I'm like, let's go.
That's hilarious. That's too funny. I'm going to spend too much time laughing at that. Michael Shannon, he is in a lot of. Okay,
His
do you
character,
remember that? Remember that? For people who don't know who Michael Shannon is, there's a joke on Family Guy about how the guy always looks like he's gonna kill someone, and Peter was trying to keep him calm, and Peter like walked away for 1 second, and everybody else in the room was dead. That's Michael Shannon. So, I mean, if you know that Family Guy skit, you know. But,
anyway,
I don't know
he
how
was
to
the
explain
son who
it.
owned a publishing company,
Yeah,
and Harlan actually admits that he didn't do his best with him. That he pretty much,
held him back and
yeah.
didn't give him the opportunity
But
to do the
I
things
wonder
that.
why. And they probably said it why he didn't feel a need to leave him something,
I
being that he held
mean,
him back. He said he didn't leave anybody.
he didn't leave anybody anything.
I mean, I understand that portion of it, but since he knowingly and admitted to
Since
leaving,
yeah, so since he
yeah,
kind of did everybody kind of in his perception, he
because
did everybody wrong. I guess my thing with that is with rich families like that. From the things I watch, it's usually a case of, well, you lived off me long enough. When I die, you're not gonna do it
I
anymore.
mean, yeah, that portion of it, because that was evident from
Hmm.
some of the behaviors that he called out about the family,
Yeah.
and what some of the family members were doing, which all of them was pretty much living off of him,
Hmm.
and were waiting pretty much to get his
To get his
fortune.
money, and man, when they didn't get that
Each of
fortune, they
them,
went crazy.
each of them were happy at a portion of whatever that was said. Oh, the house they zoomed in on this particular family members,
Hmm.
the business this particular family members, the
Hmm.
wealth this particular set of family
Hmm.
members, and to find out that it was no family members.
Yep. But it's just one particular non-family member kind of ticked everyone off,
But
and they
the
went
whole thing about it though,
animalistic.
the whole thing about it is that the family accepted the RN because of the care that she provided to their father.
Hmm.
So they were all like, there was no hate relationship with them with her.
Yeah, until the money got involved.
Oh, and
I said this after I finished watching. I was like, well, money is the root of all evil.
it is.
It is the root of all evil. Um, yeah, everyone else's performance in this was Jamie Lee Curtis. She had a, I don't know. I probably would have. What they gave her was amazing. What they gave her in the film was amazing. If there was more Jamie Lee Curtis in the film, I would not have complained.
I mean, I wouldn't have either because I like her. I believe
But
that she's
what
a
they
superb
gave,
actress.
what I would say about this film, just in general, just even with the characters, they no one got outshined, and there wasn't too much
Yeah,
unnecessary focus
yeah.
on certain things.
Mhm.
Which,
It was balanced.
yeah, it was very balanced, and like I said, I only know Ryan Johnson as a director from Star Wars, so this is me seeing. This is my first time seeing one of his movies, and I'm just like, well, shit, he's pretty good at like. I'd watch another Ryan
Yeah,
Johnson
that
movie.
it was a good movie. Like I said, anybody who has Prime, it is free
It's
on there.
free.
If you have Medicaid, you can get Prime for $5.99. Just probably Google it or something. I don't have the exact link. But I'm trying to help the
No,
people
I was
out.
gonna say
I'm trying to help the
get
people
health
out.
insurance now.
I mean, a lot of if you have Medicaid, I mean, I think food stamps as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So just look into it. It won't hurt to go in Google
Don't hurt.
and look it up.
Get yourself some
Get
free
yourself some
2 day
five, and
shipping and some
they
free
have
movies.
a lot of movies and TV shows on there to offer.
Yeah, definitely. If anybody goes through Sidebar, if anyone goes through Prime and sees any movies or TV shows they want us to go over,
As in The Boys or Wild Dogs.
oh, we got some. Oh,
Woo!
Well, I'm waiting for the boys to come back. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the boys to
But anyway,
come
this
back.
like I said, this movie I would recommend. It was a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
it, it, it was good. It was good.
What's something that stood out to you that isn't a spoiler? Because that's the hard
I
part.
mean, the overall, and I just hate the fact that I don't want to spoil the movie, but I kind of want to spoil the movie because
But it's
that's to
not.
me that's
This movie
almost
is
the only
not worth
way.
spoiling, though.
All
Honestly.
right, I'm gonna say the part that stood out to me was the twist. The twist.
Hmm.
That's a deep twist.
And not.
Like that when you think about it, the components of that twist.
Hmm.
Like it's like okay, boom, but I'm not on boom, and then boom, what? Boom.
And to expand on that, all other twists that follow.
I'm talking about the mega twist. I'm
Yeah,
talking
the
about
mega twist, and then
the
like
mega.
I think my favorite parts, the things I like the most about this are all of the twists, and then
Yeah.
going back and watching it, and then seeing the
But being a
subtle
detective
hints.
though, like when you watch it, it wasn't
Oh,
evident.
that twist right there.
Yeah, like being the detective, he already noticed that. That was
Hmm.
the first thing he noticed because of course you're checking people out to see if there's anything that is out of the ordinary. So he already noticed that. That's why, and I feel that's why he did what he did and how he did it.
Hmm.
So it, he kind
All,
of,
all of the
but then you
twists
had to
were
ask
pretty good.
yourself because he was Harlan's friend.
The detective?
Yes, he was Harlan's friend. Yeah,
Oh, crap.
yeah. He when at the beginning of the movie, he pretty much said, he was his friend. He knew him. He knew him. So I'm thinking that if this was another detective, that it probably wouldn't have played out the way that it did.
No.
But because this was Harlan's friend, he knew Harlan, and he's like, okay, well, this, let me just check. And I think that's why he did the way he did, the way he did it.
Hmm.
And then after he, of course, started talking to the family members and stuff wasn't adding up, it probably appeared to be, what it was to him. What it
Yeah.
was, a setup.
What were some dislikes?
Um, the only thing I didn't like was when Cap kept going in and out of Harlan's office when they kept just showing that.
Oh yeah, they
That's
kind of
that
kept showing
yeah.
that one
I didn't
repetitive
like that.
part. Um, I think that might be a fault of like a lot of movies that show things from different perspectives. You always get the one part that just loops all over until you finally get that
You
reveal
know what it
of
was
what
like?
that
You know what
is.
that was like? It was like, we done paid him. And he said, and we show his whole face, and had to pay him more. So we're just gonna show a piece
You
of
know
his
what? We're just
face.
gonna loop this movie. We're just
Yeah.
gonna loop this part over and over
Yep.
again. He was too
Because
busy.
that's
He
what it
was too
felt
busy
like.
to walk out of this room different ways because of the Avengers. So let's
Yeah,
just
and that's what it
use the
felt like.
same part. Oh,
Um,
fireworks! Good.
yo,
Hey, y'all was gonna be
what?
some witnesses. We heard something outside. Y'all was gonna be some witnesses. Like, yo, help!
Bruh.
Like,
Ain't no yo help.
y'all
It's
better pick up your phone.
ain't no yo help. We about to start fighting. You see how I'm like, what? Hold on, I got to hear. I'm playing that.
Look, we was
I'm
gonna
with
have
go with the
look. It
kids
was
over
gonna
there.
be Knives Out
It was about
Internet
to be straight
Edition.
knives out. Bats, whatever.
Laptops out.
Chairs, DDT, whatever. Stone Cold Stunner,
RKO's.
rock
Um,
bottoms. I don't whatever. Get the job done.
um, I mean, do you think anything could have been better about this film, or you think anything
Um,
hurt the film? Or...
I don't think anything particularly hurt the film. I just didn't care for the way they was looping that scene around.
Yeah.
And nah, I liked that. I thought it was like I said, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they could have added anything to it that would have made it better. Like just to,
Nah, nothing.
I mean, they probably could have.
I mean, I
And
can
out
see
of
this. Obviously, every movie has some sort of deleted
yeah,
scenes, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I wonder. I'm like, okay,
like,
well,
yeah, like
but
what?
just based off of what they provided, like I can't see
Mm,
me adding. Oh, well, they could have done this, or oh, well, they could have done that.
yeah.
I think it was pretty sufficient in describing what needed to be described.
Yeah, 2 hours and 10 minutes. They spend it well. Like it didn't really even feel like 2 hours and 10 minutes, which has been my thing, of course.
With The
through the
length, yeah.
duration. Like if it's 2 hours and 10 minutes and it feels like 2 hours and 10 minutes, maybe it's got a pacing issue. But if it's 2 hours and 10 minutes, it feels like about an hour and 45.
But you know what, too? The fact that the Iron was trying to cover up herself.
Yeah,
She was trying to cover herself up,
it's a
too.
lot of, even when you think you know the mystery, there's still a mystery behind the mystery that you think you
And
saw.
you know
Just like
what?
there's a hole inside of the donut, but then
And
there's this.
but you know what though? Somebody might pick up on it. Like,
Yeah,
I just really didn't this time. Usually I
I
pick
didn't
it
pick
up.
up. I didn't pick up on. I just
I,
thought
I
that
was
the
like, oh,
RN was
okay.
guilty.
I was like, oh, okay. This person is going to. No, I mean, the RN would have been guilty of an OD, but not of a suicide,
Hmm.
because there's no way to change the fact that it was a suicide
Yeah.
because of the blood splatter and there was no interruption of the blood splatter.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty much. So it's pretty much, you know, a suicide.
Hmm.
But because of the fact that somebody said it was foul play and paid for detective work, that's why we now have this detective
Hmm.
trying to figure out the case.
Yeah.
But see, this person, had selfish gain because of, knowledge.
Right.
So I'm trying to do this. I don't care about nobody else. I'm doing this for me.
Hmm.
And that's crazy. But I mean, that's how the world is, though. When you think about it, that's how people
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
you know? But,
Um. Did you? What did you think about the ending? Good ending.
yeah, it was a good ending.
I
Because
think
like
it
I
was.
said, that,
I like the image of the ending. Like I would.
oh, yeah.
That's one of the many frames from a movie I would get like. I would get like a painting.
But when you think about it, the ending is pretty much like, y'all was on top, now I'm on top.
No, this movie does have a lot of political statements in
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
bump the blatant ones. I like the imagery of that last one,
Yeah,
especially how
it
you just
wasn't, yeah,
described it.
yeah. Because
I
that's what I thought about.
love the imagery of that
That's what
last
I thought about as, the person was, being escorted, and
one.
as the other people were standing there, like, and he's just like, pretty
Hmm.
much. And then the
Yeah.
fact that she has the mug now.
Oh yeah, that was dope. What did the mug say? My cup, my
My.
yeah, my cup, my coffee, or my house, my rules, or something like
Yeah.
that.
But, I think that she honestly would have probably befriended the daughter, the one who
Yeah.
was in college, but and she thought of her as a friend
Hmm.
until she played herself.
Yeah. It's like she couldn't really trust after that, which
Yeah,
it makes sense.
yeah. I mean, I don't blame her.
Yeah.
And you just got to be smart about stuff.
Hmm.
And even when she asked, the detective, what does he think she should do? He didn't even give her an answer.
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, she was faithful to Harlan. And
Hmm.
so I feel that if Harlan didn't want any of them to have anything, she was going to give it to them.
Yeah.
She did everything he asked her to.
Everything. Everything.
And then the fact that he knew she was trustworthy because of her condition.
Hmm.
And the fact that he knew that whatever happened wasn't because of her.
Hmm.
So he did everything he could to protect her too. Because he knew that she sincerely cared about him, unlike the other family members. But I kind of think, well, I would say the wife of was it Wolf? Well, the one the with the daughter who was in school, I would say I would have said that she cared until it came out of her deeds.
Yeah.
I would have said that, of course I'm trying to protect my bank.
Hmm.
So I can't really say that
Yeah.
she sincerely
Everyone
cared.
had some type of good intention again, so like the money got involved, and that's when it kind of was just like, you know.
Everybody good until they money funny.
Hmm.
Then you act crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it could have been a better ending. I think it ended well. Um. I mean, like I said, this was very enjoyable film for me. Um. I mean, I mentioned this earlier that a sequel is in development. I mean, do you think that this is a film that should have
I,
sequels
I
and
don't. With a film like this, I would not say it should have a sequel because then that means that somebody else, a murder of somebody else, particularly I would say a murder of somebody else in the family.
Yeah, I mean, I know what I read that it was the sequels were focused just with the detective solving other mysteries. Um,
So then I wouldn't technically say it's a sequel then.
so I guess you would call it more like a franchise or spin-off with him.
Yeah, just like that. What Housing Short?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I would be interested in seeing more of Daniel Craig's character. I mean, he of course he said he was interested in returning as a character. Um,
I mean, he played
but
the
I would
role
want
well.
if he were to be in it, I would. I'm not gonna lie, I would want Lakeith Stanfield to come back too
If they can work
because
together,
get
that'll be
yeah,
good.
like and who's the other detective in there? I don't
I can't.
because I couldn't remember his name and I don't.
It was rare that they even
They
mentioned his
yeah, they didn't
name.
really
I don't
even
think they
say his
named
name,
him.
but that those
He probably
three
his name in the credit was probably Detective One.
right. Those three, they made like a really good like I
Yeah,
don't know, I like their dynamic because
yeah,
the and this is the character we didn't really talk about here. He was the third detective and he was kind of like the real he was
Why
kind of
they
like
call them
Goofy.
state troopers?
State yeah, I
They
guess
call them
so.
state troopers.
He was kind of like the goofy one kind of like he knew a lot about the family. He was like real like fanboyish. A lot of the things he said were
Yeah,
more comedic. He was like the comedic relief of the three.
even the knives thing. I was like, I like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, the chair of knives or the throne of
Mhm,
knives there. Yeah, but yeah, I would see with those three, I would see like okay, like yeah, they solve another mystery, okay,
mhm.
but with just him, I mean, I'd watch it, but it would have to be I don't know. It would have just. I would be nervous about watching because I wouldn't know what kind of mystery you could go for. That would. I feel like the next mystery, if they're gonna do another,
Okay,
well,
let's think.
since they're gonna do another one, the next
Or
mystery
it could
has
just
to
be
be.
within that city.
But it had whatever it is, it has to hit harder than this one. You know, like it has to be something like it can't be another murder.
It's gonna be spooky. If
You
it
think
hit,
something spooky?
no, I said it would be spooky if
Oh,
it hits like that. You don't think so? I mean, it's spooky in a suspenseful way,
yeah.
but it's like, ooh, just like chilling, to find out that it was this person. Like, oh God, damn.
Yeah, it got to be something that hit
Yeah,
like real strong, like a oh
yeah.
man, like I really didn't see that one coming. And then like the clues for it have to be something like you might have to watch it two, three more times to really be like, yo, they were really telling you within like the first two, like the opening credits told you,
But
hey,
even
he did it. Like you gotta move the letters
yeah, but
around.
I mean, but even with the this particular movie, when I was watching it yesterday, I was like, he was talking a lot about that,
Yeah.
and I was like, he's talking a lot about that, just in
Mm-hmm.
like the things that he was saying,
Yeah.
and so I was like, okay, like almost like he knew.
Yeah. It's
And then like
interesting.
yeah, even so when I said when he was describing her what to do, he already when the incident happened, he already knew who
Oh,
did
and
it.
then even when they said they usually like to have to push the drama in
Mhm.
front of the other family members.
Yeah. He already
Yeah.
knew.
So I mean, again, there were clues in this, but
That was funny though. Yeah, those two just full of drama.
I think if they for a follow up, I mean the mystery just has to be something that is different. So I mean, I would be excited to see it though, but I mean, of course, with this current state of the world happening, who knows when we'll see the follow up.
Yeah. Probably had to watch it on Zoom.
Right, they'll just all act it out on Zoom.
Yeah.
Hey, buy your tickets. Everyone's acting out, Knives Out too on Zoom. So,
Like I said, just the title alone, it's like, you know,
yeah, that would actually be. Well, no, there's always a mystery, like a movie that has mystery like elements that takes place on the But
I don't know.
so what are we gonna rate this?
I think I'm gonna give this one a 4.7.
I'm giving this one a 4.9. 4.9 stars
It,
out
it,
of
it was
5.
it was a good movie.
It was a really great movie. I had a really great time
And I
watching it.
think when I checked earlier, it's like over 13,000 like ratings for it already.
Hmm. All positive, I'm sure. Like I
Mhm.
can't I can't imagine what a negative review of this movie would say.
Just a hater.
Yeah, I think it would just be trolls against Ryan Johnson, like you ruined Star Wars. I'm gonna ruin your mystery film. Damn it!
Or Cap, get your ass back to Marvel.
Right, he took Cap away from us. He could have still been in 5 more of these. Too busy filming a freaking mystery drama.
Now we got an old ass man.
Now he's not coming back. Damn it!
Damn.
You took 2 of them. um, yeah, yeah, definitely worth 4.9
Yeah.
for me.
I
Definitely a
mean,
good film.
it's
I
yeah.
say, if you guys have Amazon Prime, definitely go check it out. I mean, it's a 2 hours and 10 minutes well spent. I mean, you can watch it with the kids, you can watch it
Yeah.
with the grandmas, you can watch it with the dog, the cat.
You can watch it with
Um,
anybody. It's not. It's rated PG-13, but it's
yeah,
the PG-13. It should have just been rated G.
I would say,
I mean, I would. Only reason I would say PG-13 is because of the suicide,
yeah,
because of that graphic nature,
yeah,
and
and
maybe
some
because
of
of
the
the little
language,
fighting.
a little bit of the language too.
I mean, yeah, cursing or whatever. Okay, but I'm just saying, like in this world now, that's like a rate. That's a G.
Look. Sidebar: in 1980, this movie probably would have been rated G.
This movie probably rated
In
R.
1979, this movie would have been rated G.
Probably rated
In
X.
20, no. In 2030, this movie would be rated X. In another 10 years, the way everything's so sensitive now. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, definitely give it a watch. Definitely give it a turn. And that's all we have to say about this movie. Um, I did say in the beginning we had a couple of announcements. Well, not even a couple. We made our first major announcement at the beginning. If you're just tuning in, which is this is going to be our last direct to Facebook broadcast. From this point forward, we'll be broadcasting our reviews live every other Tuesday, same time, just different place over on YouTube. Our YouTube link
Same. No,
is
no, we can't say same time. 10 o'clock.
oh yeah,
We
10
gotta do the
o'clock, same playing
difficulties.
time, 10 o'clock, on the dot over on YouTube. We're gonna segue right over there. Um, our
You
YouTube
still be
link
able
is
to
on the page.
comment. You
You'll
still be able to
still,
comment and interact with us
yeah, it's definitely still comment, still interact with us. Definitely subscribe to us. I know I posted that we're on the road to 100 subscribers.
on the road again.
On the road.
I just can't wait.
We are on the road to 100 subscribers right now. We have a pretty decent number. We're still in the double digits. We're still in double. I'm not going to tell you. If you don't know the number of subscribers, that means you're not subscribed. And if you do know the number of subscribers and you're not subscribed, you're being a creep and you need to hit the subscribe button because you're really messing up my plans to get to 100. And I really want to get to 100. Help us out. Help us get there.
If you have any movie suggestions, any series suggestions,
Any anime suggestions because that is coming. That is
and
starting.
I believe it. I'm just gonna say
Oh, go ahead.
Death Note.
Death Note. Here you
Death
have it
Note.
here first. The exclusive scoop straight from Sam. The
Death
first
Note. That's my.
the
I have a
first
lot that's
anime
mine,
review
but
from
that's what
Sam.
honestly that's what really brought me back into the anime.
Hmm.
Because I was like, what is he watching? And I was at like probably like he was probably like the third or fourth episode. And I'm like, oh shit, what's going on here? Let me start
I
this
watched Death Note
over.
before you.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Because I was like, what is he? What is this?
Yeah.
And he was watching something.
So the first anime review is going to be Death Note. As to when it premiere, more info on that soon. But just be ready to talk about Death Note. Be ready to sit here with Sam on YouTube, not here on Facebook,
I'm
but
telling you,
here on
that's one of
YouTube.
my favorites. So I've been
One of her
watching it a
favorites.
couple of
She done watched it
times.
a lot. I've seen it. She watched it a lot.
I
So
like you just get different insight from every time you watch it. But yeah, that's one of my
so
favorites.
she gonna have time that day to talk about the Death
I'm
Note
gonna have time
anime.
that day.
She was cooling them, but she got time then.
I
So
got time that day.
we'll definitely stay tuned for that. We'll definitely keep you updated on that. Also, we are in the process of starting to look into promoting some businesses out there. We know there's a lot of businesses, a lot of small businesses, a lot of black-owned businesses, et cetera, et cetera. And we do want to do our part to help promote you guys. I see a lot of great businesses out there. I'm part of a New Jersey Black business page. Shout out to everybody on the page that's watching. Um, and I want to do my part to help promote you guys. Um, More info on that is coming like within the next few days. We're setting things up for that. But in the meantime, definitely
In
if
between
you,
time.
in between time, if you have a business that you want to promote or you know someone that wants to promote a business, and I'll definitely make a post about this. Um, our email is on our page, and I'll definitely link that on our page too.
Everything will just be linked so that you don't
Everything
have
will be
to
linked on the page. You don't have to go and
search for it.
Yeah, search for it like a crazy person. Definitely email us your business. Email us some things you want us to say about your business, what your business is about. I'm gonna come out here and say it right now because I've been advised by several of my legal counsel as well as my co-hosts here. For this time period that we'll be doing this, it won't be for every review that we do it. That will be looking to sponsor somebody, but or promote somebody. But for this period of time that we're doing this is to help us build as well as to help you build. So it's a trade for trade.
It's
So
not
we're doing this.
parasitic.
Yeah, it's not parasitic at all. We're promoting you. You're promoting us. We're helping each other out. So we're not going to be charging now. We're not going to be charging at this point. We're at this time we're not charging. So it's going to be free. It's like free promotion. We have some free promotion, free
Whenever
promotion.
it gets to that point, you will have
When yeah, you will have
enough
advance notification when it gets to the point
to
that
make
we
your
will.
decision on what you want to do. It's not going to
Mhm.
be a
And we're not going to charge no crazy high prices unless we really got to. Um, unless you start running out of food and another pandemic hit us, we're going to
bruh.
charge about $400, $500. But no, we're not going to charge any crazy price. It's going to be a very reasonable price. Um, I mean, we'll get
The
the
specifics of it will come
yeah,
later. We just wanted to get that general announcement
yeah,
out.
the specifics of it will come later. Want to get that announcement out. We'll post everything on the page for those of you who missed this announcement here. Um,
So repetitive.
yeah, because some people don't. Some people just like what? I know I'm one of those people that's like what? What?
And I'm
Did
just
they say
like,
that?
I bro,
What
just rewind it.
they say? Yeah.
Just rewind.
So that's all we have to say. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to another
Be safe out
installment.
there. Remember that there is still a pandemic going on, even though it may not appear so, even though it may be hot. When you come in the house, just make sure you're drying your clothes, you're taking a shower, drink something hot. Make sure you're wearing your mask while you're out. Make sure you're washing your hands. Make sure you're trying to limit the amount of contact that you come into contact with, and just be smart about things.
Be very smart.
Just be smart. Just because nobody's saying something or saying anything does not mean that it's not
Think
relevant or that is not going on. And just because you think you can't, don't think that you're immune to something because everybody wants to be immune to something and think that oh, I'm immune, that can't touch me. No, just be smart about what you do and how you do it. And right now, we know that it's a pandemic. We know that it can be detrimental, and at this time, we need to take all precaution to lessen the effects. And as DL Hughley just passed out, he's asymptomatic. So you can be asymptomatic. So just be cautious. Put the little mask on. It is not going to kill you. Oh well, you have a little problem breathing. I'd rather have a little problem breathing being
y'all
alive.
keep playing. We're gonna have to give her her own segment. I'm gonna have to keep chopping her parts and putting them up separately so that
No,
y'all can
it's
really
ridiculous.
understand, get the point
Especially the
through.
people in Sumter, South Carolina.
Don't stop pointing.
I'm gonna point fingers because my family is there. I have family there. Stop and cut it out. Just like I got family
I
up
mean,
here too. Cut it out.
with everywhere, just because places are opening up does not
Just be
mean that
cautious. And just because
be
it didn't,
selective. You
and
know,
then just
just
because it didn't hit you yet, like it hit other places, you can get hit as you are getting hit now. Cut it out.
I mean,
Put the mask
and
on.
again,
Wash your hands.
just just because places are opening up, I know beaches are opening up, restaurants are opening up, movie theaters are going to be opening up soon. Just because they're opening up does not mean we have to go to these places.
Even though we
Because
want to,
going to
because
these
I want to go to
places,
the barbershop bad, okay?
going to these places can still it's still untested. Everyone's as confused about this thing, as anyone. So You
Anyway,
know,
just be safe out
be
there.
safe.
Wear your mask. Keep your hands clean. Dry your clothes. Take your hot shower. Drink your hot beverage, and be
And still
safe.
protest safely.
Yes, and
Yeah.
remember that this is a war. The battle is just beginning.
So
Don't let them fool you.
yeah. So you guys have a great night.
Equality, equality.
Holla at us. All announcements will be on the page. Y'all have a good night.
All right.